But it's finally time to start episode 5. Rory, did you know the last episode was in September like 15th?
Jeez, alright.
Yeah. Alright. Thankfully we don't need to recap anything because it's a new episode.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, so episode 5. And that's interesting. Hang on. I think it's load game. Yeah, this one. I went back after the last episode because I wanted to like do some stuff for achievements and
yeah, fair.
Yeah. The unbreakable story, the Hound of the Basker.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited breathlessly in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound
nice.
It was,
Smile
but
dog.
not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. Look well, Wilson, Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. For this is the diabolical Hound of the Baskervilles.
Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. I love these introductions, by the way.
Yeah.
In that disconcerting courtroom experience we are first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country, and in Suseki's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court. Which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur and an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it wasn't. By that fateful telegram. It's April 15th.
Telegram.
Yeah. Legal consultancy. Nice. Who's there?
A skeleton.
Oh, nice. I like the thing on the shelf.
Yeah, what are they called? They have a name, but I forgot.
It's like a bean person. A fall guy.
Fall guy. They have a name. What's it called? I'll look it up. I have to look it up, otherwise I'm gonna die.
Alright. That morning.
There's a Pokemon based on it.
Oh, okay. I was
so
walking by
the Pokemon.
unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. And after he'd
It's
gone...
based on... It's a Daruma doll. They're called Daruma dolls.
Okay, I see. Susato's behavior became very obviously strange.
Woman moment.
Susato?
Yes! Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today?
I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I?
Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me.
But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. So shall we go down to Mr. Holmes's suite? Yeah, it's sweet.
Sweet, yeah. Yes! Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food.
She does, doesn't she?
And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting form.
This is always court sick.
Let me see. What case is it today?
Here we go again. We were watching JoJo last Friday, and we were at the episode where Jolene gets attacked by a stand that makes you like only able to retain 3 memories at once. That's what it
Oh.
reminded me of.
Oh god.
Here we go again. Oh, okay. The telegram. It's not what to do and any ideas this time. So what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean.
Oh, telegram? I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, but you're not going to get away with that.
Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing. Nothing interesting. Boring, in fact.
So what, did the taxes come back?
It's... It was just a boring old telegram.
It's 3 times now that she's tried and failed to convince me that it was nothing.
I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point.
Alright, I understand. Let's talk about him for some reason. I suppose Suseki will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he?
Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away.
Oh yes, this takes like place a few months later. The last one I think took place in February or something.
Oh yeah.
A fortnight ago we had a very long
Fortnight!
telegram from him. Do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. But by and large it seems the voyage has been going well. I just think of that company from Wall-E every time someone says that.
Yeah. Is something wrong, Naruhodo?
I was just wondering, what might have become of Suseki had he stayed in London, that's all.
You mean, as regards Lord Van Zeeks? The Reaper?
Yes, I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. Okay. What is it they say? That no one stands in the dock that can be saved from the Reaper, right?
Jeez.
Like the way that Nightmare's trial ended on the very day I arrived in London. We arrived in London.
Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery.
Couldn't have been all the fire in the courtroom. Yes, but at least Suseki's safely out of the country now. Presumably that means.
The curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps?
Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding.
If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would now mean he wields the sword of justice himself.
What does that mean? Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. Next game is gonna be about him.
No, I don't think so. Christ. Apparently, Lord Van Zeeks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter.
Oh?
Yes, since Suzeki's trial. He's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems.
Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. Just wants to see his boyfriend. So it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials, then? Ugh, just my luck.
I wonder if luck doesn't come into it.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Yeah, she said the same thing. Alright, let's move down then. Oh wait, can we examine first? There's a spade here. That spade has been in here since we started renting the place.
Oh, that's not a spade, Naruhodo. It's a shovel. Shut up.
No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade.
No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel.
I don't want to dig a hole for myself, so let's leave it. She looks so angry. Okay, can we examine the ladder? Oh, I like the effect here. That looks very modern.
Yeah.
This must be the telegram. Let's see.
No! You mustn't look at that! Not under any circumstances!
Alright, I won't.
I'm sorry, Naruhodo, but you can be very mischievous at times.
This is mischievous. Does the face. And put the telegram
God.
away if you don't want people looking at it. Alright, is there anything else interesting? Fish tank. We can examine this. The Daruma doll I brought with me from home.
Yeah, there it is.
Still with only
If
one
I had just
eye
been patient,
colored
they
in.
would have name dropped it anyway.
Yeah. I said I'd color the other eye once I won my first court case here in Britain, but...
You have one, haven't you? Twice, in fact.
Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. I tell you what. I'll tell you what. Why don't you color the other eye in once you think I'm a proper fully fledged lawyer?
If you insist.
Guess that's also like a traditional thing. It's probably the whole thing is probably just
I don't
to the
think it
desk.
has to do with lawyering, but Darumas are a traditional thing.
No, I just mean in general, like when you accomplish something significant.
Oh,
That looks like a tea set.
yeah.
This is the tea set that Susato brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter.
Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know? I don't like to see you screw up your face so... Jeez.
Nice. We've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already.
You could tidy up once in a while.
Susato, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can devote to the same cause.
And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework.
Oh shit, get him. She wins, but I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. And okay, let's go. Holmes' suite. Oh,
Oh, right. Morning, Ryu! Morning, Susie!
what's
fuck is
what's
this?
this music?
What?
Is there just
Ugh.
Holmes off screen with a violin?
Playing it like shit. Good morning, Iris. Jesus.
Oh, this game really has banger tunes. Iris,
What is it, Ryu?
what is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled.
Please. Yes. You noticed that, did you? Yeah! Ramsey isn't in the best form this morning, it seems. Oh no. Oh,
Oh,
no,
no.
no,
Oh no.
no. Oh, oh. What
Hello.
happened to him?
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Holmes.
Nice fucking vampire glass. Good morning. Oh my god.
Holy
A good
shit.
morning to die, perhaps.
What happened to him?
Something happened, Mr. Holmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead.
Oh.
Damn damn this Blanchett existence! That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence.
Uh-huh. I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble. Oh.
Cat!
Oh my god.
Oh!
Kitty.
Oh!
Oh look, it's Wagahai.
Good morning, boy. Boy.
Meow.
Aww. They innovated like cat technology in this game.
It's making some sort of tiny door for cats to use. But how did it get here?
Oh, you know.
Well then, everyone, time for breakfast.
Oh, wonderful! Let me help you, Iris.
Ugh. And would it indeed be a fine day to die?
Jesus,
I knew
man,
something
when
looked different. Something's missing from Mr. Holmes's desk. Didn't he have like a huge thing there, like a giant microscope or something? I don't forget what it was.
Yeah, it's been so long that I don't remember what he had there either.
Yeah, let me examine. First of all, we didn't do this before. There's a whole section here.
Oh, yeah, that's Iris's.
Yeah,
You can tell.
this is where Iris notes down ideas, isn't it? Let's see, what does it say today? Ah, the Boscombe Valley Mystery.
Oh, how intriguing! It must be the title of Iris's latest work.
Oh my! I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us.
Sarah looks like an angel, but I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime you could imagine. Alright. Typewriter. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently. There's paper already set up in the typewriter. Look, as if she's about to start.
That reminds me, when I mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a fully fledged novel, Mr. Natsume was most impressed.
Ah yes, Mr. Natsume.
That's what I'll be doing too, once I'm back in Japan, he said through tightly clenched fists and teeth.
That's what I'll be doing too! Right, what is this letter that's stabbed through the fucking middle? Fire's burning comfortably,
you know.
comfortingly in the grate again today. Very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow.
Oh, look at that photographic print of a lady displayed on the mantelpiece. Could it be? Yes, it must be! It's the woman! Oh, how exciting!
The woman?
The
That's supposed to mean something to me? The woman?
You got an achievement for that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that's... yeah.
Woman achievement.
The woman? These are all mementos of Mr. Holmes's past cases, I think. He'd been involved in my case. I wonder if the beef or steak from La Carnival would be on display here.
A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, a bust of Napoleon. Ah, what an entrancing collection!
Looks like an untidy assortment of junk to me, rather like what's on my own shelves.
Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruhodo.
You're the problem here. No favoritism there at all. Alright, let's talk. Oh yeah, I forgot. Wanting to die, the missing machine.
Oh yeah, he had a machine there.
You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Holmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like a dawn chorus. Its melancholy tones would make flowers bloom. It would? Jesus. But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over.
Okay. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Holmes?
For hours I have bowed, for days even. Through the night I have endeavored, to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever. No more recitals of unbridled emotion.
Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Holmesy?
Don't worry, I'm sure it will come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, the next day unmercifully withdraw it. Oh dear. Ah! Why is this happening to me? They take the turn to have the violin from me. What is left, for pity's sake? What is left? Just heard loud. Okay. He's doing all kinds of moving. Deduction perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? The missing machine.
Mr. Holmes, I don't like to pry, but
I do remember how I did his voice before, like when he's depressed, it's so much different. He just goes like, ah yes, of course. Your desk...
your desk looks rather empty today.
Ah, well done, Miss Susato. Your observational skills do you credit.
Oh, no, Mr. Holmes. They pale into insignificance when compared to yours.
You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
You mean Holmesy's great analytoscope? That's at Windibanks now.
Oh, sorry, it's at Windibank?
No, Windibanks, the pawnbrokery. What?
You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours? It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly.
But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you.
Dear madam, things are far from desperate.
But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate?
Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all. Every time. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. Oh, what's to understand exactly? Okay, pawnbrokery. Okay. That's how pawnbroking works. What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks.
Thanks.
On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to the pawnbroker of choice. Hang on. Okay.
Uh-huh.
With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week.
And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned.
I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us.
Everyone does it, you see. Especially people in inner London.
And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise.
Oh, how ingenious.
So, whenever we have something that's getting in the way, you leave it at Windibanks, you see.
So you put your, like, important machine there? pawnbroker can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. Would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain.
Of course, you have to watch Holmesy with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Holmesy?
What does it matter? The world is dead to me now.
Oh my god.
Alright, I guess
Bro.
we're done. Can we move to the... no. Oh, we're done with that. Can we present something, maybe? That's just an armband. Wonder if he'll say anything. Present your badge to everyone. Mr. Holmes, could I ask you for your opinion on this? You lure to raise my languid head with the promise of some mental exhalation. Yet in my morbid, desperate depression, I am confronted with the most mundane of problems. Oh. My mind finds greater stimulation in the unforgiving monotony of the floor than in your miserable offering. Always glad to help. Oh, my head weighs heavy on my shoulders.
Jesus,
Christ.
man.
Can we talk to her? Oh, we can. Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. So Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then.
Oh, yes! And I've become very attached to little Waggy.
Waggy.
Maggie Waggy.
It would appear that his previous owners completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their mews are as empty as the hearts of the muses.
Bro.
Oh my god.
Oh.
If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place.
I expect he would have taken them if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience.
And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed.
Well, oh, it's you.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable.
I guess his paw, like,
Oh.
in the position of the lucky cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
really is. Oh yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where'd that come from?
Oh, you noticed? You are observant, Ryu. Look, I use this. It's my latest invention.
It's my door gun. What? What is that?
I call it the cat flapper mat.
Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats.
That's right. We can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see.
You could kill someone with it. Wouldn't it have been quicker to just make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap?
Well, yes, maybe. But now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris.
Really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Oh.
Oh. Oh, what was that?
Wagahai?
Jeez.
Typical cat behavior. What was that?
Oh no! Wagahai's tangled up in your violin. I think he thinks it's a toy.
No! What's he doing to it?
Kill.
Mr. Holmes's precious violin.
Why should I care? What?
Jesus.
I shouldn't be surprised. The cat is a more accomplished musician than I right now.
Jesus.
Mr. Holmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he?
Did he really love that microscope that much?
Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I, Holmesy?
Out of the cat's reach if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. Oh, I guess we can examine. Looks okay. It has a broken string though. So this is the violin,
Yeah.
is it? It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. I happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it. Please talk faster. For a mere 55 shillings. How honorable of you. And until today, it has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music, to tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none!
Mr. Holmes?
What, dear madam, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dual routine. Do you hear clicking?
Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think?
Hmm? What do you mean, Mr. Sato?
Oh, Susie's right.
The fucking tension thing.
Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before.
Wait. Oh, yeah. that's
Wait,
a
it's
crack.
not even the right size, is it? They put crack in this? What's this?
I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Holmes. That instrument isn't a violin at all.
Then what?
I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola.
What? 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 What?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, are you alright?
You're right, you are quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. Oh, I hear a call on the door. Gonna BRB.
Okay.
Alright, we're back. With auto advanced. So what, pray, is that piece of strength, Flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then?
Ah, I see what must have happened.
Okay, good, my mic is on. You do, Iris?
This is just a simple mix-up.
Sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. Okay, let's ask her. What did you mean by a mix-up, Iris?
Well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Winterbank's until last week. At the pawnbroker's.
Not Mr. Holmes's beloved musical partner. Oh, there's a proverb from the East, with which you are no doubt familiar with, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel.
Yes, indeed.
So you send your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth.
Oh, what a wonderful idea.
Last week I pawned my great Stereoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear that Mr. Winterbeck mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. Oh, my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it had just had strings. Pshaw, my fine state of affairs this is. And why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker, they will try to fiddle you every time.
Uh-huh.
But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbrokery as an extremely secure vault.
People have the right to change. Come, Mr. Naruhodo, dilly-dallying would get you nowhere. Sorry? Crunching your toast with that vacant suspect, pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced?
We must visit Mr. Winterbank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Holmes?
No time for eating. Just like rips the toast out of his mouth. Precisely, Mr. Sato, without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to press your eggs ever so obtusely. Alright, say no more, let's go then.
Don't worry, Ryu. I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later.
Delicious.
I love reheated bacon. Oh, thank you, Iris. That's actually what I had before, like before we started, except it was like a sandwich with like cheese on it as well. As it happens, I'm rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker's looks like. Okay, let's go. Wait, can we converse with him? Wait, now that he's in the state, how is this gonna turn out? Oh.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna let you.
Oh. I was wondering, Mr. Holmes. This is no time for wondering, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh. Your furtive glance betrays you, my dear fellow. You stole a brief look at the remnants of the omelette over there, did you not? Ah. I must say, you astound me with your insatiable appetite. But I really wasn't looking. Even as the words issue from your mouth, your eyes vertically devour the remaining rasher of bacon. You are quite true to form this morning, I see.
In the amount of time they've spent talking about the fucking bacon, he could have just eaten it.
Yeah. Yes, I know. We're all about to pay a visit to the pawnbrokers. I'm really not trying to delay us. And yet I would give odds of 1,000 to 1 that within the next 5 seconds, your eyes will settle thirstily on the last few drops of coffee in the cup over there. Ugh, why does he have to deduce everything so correctly all of a sudden?
This is fun! Ryu's eyes are as big as saucers.
Please, can we go to the pawnbrokers now? Before I run out of safe places to look.
Yes, I think that's an excellent idea.
Okay. I just wanted to check what they would do. It's pretty funny. The Baker Street, I guess we're just going to the pawnbrokery. It's probably gonna take us to the street anyway. Oh, no. Wow. It's a thing.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
So this is a British pawnbrokery.
Oh my! There are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before.
Oh my god, it's the Thinker.
Yeah.
Ah, Sato, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you?
Yummy.
I get the impression you enjoy places like this.
Oh, yes! I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me.
My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here. Places like this, like an antique store, they always have like a very specific smell to them. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
It's like lead.
Lead.
Something like that. It's like very heavy air.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Holmes!
We're calling on matters of business, not pleasure. Clearly Mr. Holmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes. Judging by how he's about to punch Susato in the face.
Yeah.
Oh. What would he say? He looks Irish. But I can't do
Yeah.
Irish.
Sad.
Mr. Holmes, sir, welcome back. Did you hear that brazen welcome? Well, yes. We are potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Windbank of our ire. Come! The fight is afoot!
Uh-huh.
Okay. God, what would he sound like?
Good question.
Violin. Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes. Yes. Is something like that.
Yes.
This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Winterbank. The color of the wood is different, it has holes in it, it's not even the same size.
A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Holmes.
I am ever so sorry, sir! Oh, wait a second. How utterly unforgivable of me, and an inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There is one way to make amends. Oh, Jesus. I shall have to take my own life. I don't think that will be necessary, do you? I may just say one thing before I pop off. Ah, yes? It was you, sir, Mr. Holmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe. Sorry? As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard... Ah, there it is. You did? And when I turned to controvert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly with my door or my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble nor curse any longer. Fate is guilt, die with me. No, my dear fellow, this fault is all mine. Phew. It would appear that the fight is over. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windenbank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Sherlock Holmes without that questionable disposition, now would you? Haha, I do believe you may be right, sir. Either laugh or cry, I suppose. You are, I must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I need to remind you of the peculiar collection of items you've brought from my door in the past. In the extreme, ma'am, for example. The unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Sherlock Holmes, or some such. Just trades like the...
Oh my! A new full-fledged novel?
God. Don't worry. Right.
An unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean?
Ah, forgive me!
Wait, before you die, you must tell me more.
Unpublished story.
I must know more. Tell me everything.
Wow, Susato is really fired up now.
Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof?
Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see. I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Windybank. For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir, not a farthing more. Perhaps it's something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I beg your pardon? A manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here. And that was that. As such, Mr. Holmes's latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Holmes, is that really true? I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this. I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then I kindly continue to store my belongings securely. Of course, sir, of course. You're safe and sound with me, I assure you, on my life. This is all very strange. Yeah. Jesus. I wonder, could I ask you something? Ah, a gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that stable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. Sorry? Aha, but for your splendid attire, ma'am, 5 guineas, no less.
Jeez.
Colors are exquisite, the design exotic. Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say.
Oh my, 5 guineas, you say?
Susato, please don't give your clothes to this man.
How interesting.
Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? She has more, probably. Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I heard that it said that pawnbrokers are used rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you described. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure stowage. If, in that time, they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interests, their items are happily returned.
What happens if they don't pay you the money?
Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me.
So you never sell before the 2 months has passed, then?
That's right, ma'am, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense for me is to end it all.
Oh my god.
The very idea, Mr. Windybank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually.
Oh,
Since the mentor was telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning. And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs. Oh, what sort of measures? I engineered a simple device which Mr. Windybank has installed here in this shop. I call it the red-handed recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Windybank? Ah. What was that deep sigh about? Okay, the red tape recorder. What on earth is a red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. These two are just below the ceiling. They're two just below the ceiling.
I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device.
Very astute. There's indeed a camera, furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here, I have an example I can show you. Ah yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity of the shop counter. It's even in color, wow.
Yeah.
I developed a special type of film so sensitive it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness. Really? That's extraordinary.
Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look.
Oh my god, okay, 1 second. Okay, I see the problem, like it doesn't show you when it's paused or not, like the button doesn't like appear blue. That's why I thought it was recording last time.
That's annoying.
Yeah. Alright. Everything seems to be fine now. So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed.
But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals?
Indeed, as you say, my dear madam.
Then what if the incident were to occur in between times?
One could only say, that would be a cruel twist of fate. I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Winterbank. Surely I have anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You most graciously placed not one but 2 cameras in my shop after all. Which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me for a very much older. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heaven help us! God. Now then, Mr. Holmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Winterbank. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you might try to pop, Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer.
Jesus, man.
I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not. Sorry. I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed. That's not really what I meant. Good day to you then, Mr. Winterbank. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Holmes. He sits with a gun to his head.
So, Mr. Naruhodo. Now we can explore at last.
Yay.
Yippee!
Now let's see the thinker.
What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks and watches, almost anything you care to imagine.
Those are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does that really mean, though? When you pawn, or colloquially pop an item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, then he is free to display it in his shop for sale at a price of his choosing. Oh yes, now that you've explained it, I'm noticing a little price tags on everything. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. My treasured university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit. What's this? It looks like an armband. We can't examine it though.
It's a tin.
What?
A tin.
Oh yeah. What's this?
Now what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does?
It seems to have 2 little windows for looking through. Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you are looking at is a stereoscope.
A stereoscope. Fascinating.
Good. As aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself.
Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I just have a look.
Just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, that is beyond you. It is of little consequence today.
Alright then, I'm going to try it.
The world's first VR headset.
Mr. Naruhodo! You must see! At once!
Oh, alright then. This was probably way better on the 3DS. Because, you know.
Yeah.
So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose. How did they do this in this port? Oh, it's the maid from Case 2, or Case 3, I think. What the? I don't believe it! There's two of them! Hang on, does this actually work?
I don't think it really works so much. I'm trying to do it right now and I can't. No, this probably worked a lot better on the 3DS, you're right.
Worked way better probably on a smaller screen. You probably need to like
Yeah,
like,
that's the
be
problem.
away.
Wait. Can I like minimize my screen?
Yeah, it's way easier if you're like far away. I don't believe it!
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, I didn't know how to do it for a long time. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could really reach out and touch it.
The problem is I'm really good at magic eyes, but I couldn't do this one.
Yeah, it's a bit.
I think you have to do it the other way around, because other people usually you're meant to like do these by like going cross-eyed, but I can't make myself go cross-eyed.
Yeah, it's like go cross-eyed, but that's not all of it. You also have to like make a false focus. If that makes sense.
Go stupid. Go crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, like the false focus part was
Yeah.
what I wasn't aware of for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them.
Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic?
We used to have a thing like this at our house, like these tiny, like goggles, and you would slide pictures in them. It was like a very
I
old
know. I
thing.
remember those.
Yeah,
We had those too,
it
actually.
was like photos of teddy bears or something.
Yeah, we
it was
had
cute.
like the fucking teddy bears as well. It was
Yeah.
funny.
It is no
Silly.
magic, my dear madam. It is, well, science. It's far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day.
Cringe.
Oh,
Let's see. Calendar.
Just say you don't know how it works, Mr. Holmes.
It's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th April, today's date. Yeah, those calendars were so wasteful, weren't they? Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. There's an Eastern-style page day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date. I'm surprised every time. Do I have a calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Windibank? Who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before? Well, when we agreed storage period has passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
oh, yes. I can see you're very dedicated to your job.
Okay. Cactus. Oh, what is this?
Look.
Look at this. Whatever could it be used for?
There's another like pair of slits for eyes. It looks like. I have no idea.
Oh,
Just
There's a small catch just to your look.
We're going to open it, aren't we? Jesus. So much
Oh
steampunk.
my! That's amazing! It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism.
Which we'll never manage to put back in the way it was before. Hmm? What are you two doing? What? Us? Nothing. No, nothing at all. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. As though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. Yeah, okay. Plates. Well, nothing really important here. Oh, this is not a clock.
Look at this! Look at this lovely big shiny box bee.
That, my dear madam, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country.
Oh my! Yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before.
Shall we listen a while?
Sure. It's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels.
I've never heard anything like it before in my life. This particular specimen is of the larger variety commonly found in public houses and restaurants. It has a metal disc inside on which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played.
My goodness! What a simply delightful machine!
Indeed, though the popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course.
Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace.
What?
Oh boy.
What? Only 2 pence for it? That ain't fair, and you know it. The article's barely worth a penny, miss. Oh.
Oh, I
Article's
can do
barely
whoever
worth a
this
penny,
is.
miss. I cannot offer more.
It's gonna be now.
I think it's Gina. Sounds like an argument
Oh, yeah.
brewing over by the counter.
Come on! That can't be right! Have you even had a proper butcher's at it?
Yeah, it's her. I've seen it all I need to see, young girl.
There she is.
Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her.
Oh, yes, it's the young lady from Mr. McGundle's trial 2 months ago.
Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns a crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket.
Didn't think I would see him again.
Fucking rough. Oh yeah, she.
Gordon Bennett, you lot!
Oh no! Don't shoot us again.
Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well.
What? You remember you remember me then, do ya?
Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure.
So, what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Come to pop that black weasel, coat, have you?
What is this about this black uniform that makes everyone want to comment on it? Ah, good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher.
He still has it.
Ah, Mr. Holmes!
So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article, I shall negotiate with Mr. Munderbank on your behalf.
Oh, the other one! I don't need no help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business! Go on, or I'll make trouble for you.
As you wish, Miss
he doing?
Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence. Disappears. Just like the Undertale gas or something like. This goes like.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's really done it. He's gone. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here. What is that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc?
And you, go on, leave me alone. Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest.
She's pouting.
The seller can really stand her ground when she wants to.
Whatever.
Oh, in converse. Somehow I didn't really think you were the sort of person who would use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade.
Yeah, well, I am alright. I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. Not a problem, is it?
No, not at all. It's just that, well...
Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy Chase.
Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines.
You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Alright then, I'm just going to come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people?
Well, I don't know how best to answer that, really. Suppose. Sometimes.
You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade.
But not this time, alright? I swear, that thing belongs to me.
The disc that Mr. Windenbeck is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. Oh, one sec. Not going away, I just needed to clean my glasses, okay.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've had to, like, examine to pick a different person to talk to, I think, in Ace Attorney.
Yeah. Mr. Windenbank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in?
Yeah, okay, I'll pronounce it like that as well.
It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
Ah, this is a music disc, you see, for use inside a music box. In a music box? You know, the one we saw.
Mm-hmm.
What? You don't even know what a music box is? You ain't too savvy, eh?
I know what a music box is, I've just never seen one of these discs before. Small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going. And beautiful music plays!
Yippee!
It's so incredible! Tell us, what tune is on this disc?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British-made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. Ah, I see. And that's it in a nutshell. I won't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should is at a penny.
That's a packet of lies! He told me he did! He said it was, well...
He? Who?
Never you mind, it just ain't right, that's all. That disc's worth good money, I know it is.
Well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you?
Ah!
Right, Tina. He's been in here before, of course. This little tatterdemalion. I see. And it brought some dubious article. Order with her every single time, I might add.
DBS? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me.
So, is there anything dubious about the discs you brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple. Sorry, what do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket.
Oh, a storage ticket. So... Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff what needs storing.
Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. She gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest. I was obliged to return the article to her.
What was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Winterbank.
The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. The overcoat that she redeemed. Oh.
What? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does.
Okay.
So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all of this?
Ah, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree on a price. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in that storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say. This heavy black coat, which returned to her care as I'd understood it. That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as that little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, you mean...
What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady? Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly, ma'am.
And she immediately tried to pawn it.
For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think.
Sus. Give it up! I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me.
It doesn't really appear to be your size.
Me old man! It's me old man's, ain't it? Is it Miss Lestrade?
Yes, this is definitely all rather sus.
Sussy baka.
Out of my way, please.
Okay.
Oh, it's him.
Oh!
Fuck.
Oh!
Who's this picture postcard English gentleman?
What's this for? Yeah, here we go.
Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. Is that a good voice? I don't know.
What's your problem, eh?
Only good for day work, is he? There's no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor. A bit higher than that, maybe. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve.
Jesus.
Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet.
God, he looks like sour cream.
If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line.
Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you?
Oh.
As it were, as well as a pickpocket.
Who are you? How do you know who I am?
Well, the question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy to even remember the faces of your victims, it seems.
What? You mean you?
Broker? Yes, sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you. No. Yes, the article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
Now, that's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say, any music box discs too.
No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's, or it was, and now it's mine.
What the fuck is going on?
Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation. No kidding.
We're almost an hour and a half in and nobody has died yet. This is wrong. Yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Alright. Gentleman's accusation.
Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying. What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before.
Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now.
No, I swear it. I swear to God.
I swear to God I'm gonna kill you. It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street minding my own business when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Oh, those wretched pickpockets. Yet again? Oh yes, as you can see, I am a man of impeccable style. This ain't the first time I've been targeted by these back-slum scoundrels. Now then, relinquish my overcoat. Come along now, Miss Gina Lestrade, give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police.
And then kill myself.
Hold on! Why does everyone think it's me?
Give me your coat or I will kill myself.
Just look at this dandy cove, and you think I'm the dodgy one?
I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you. Jesus.
The fuck?
Well, what about evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, eh?
Come on, let's
Come on,
see it.
let's see it.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I have evidence, naturally.
You what?
Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman.
Of course! We need only consult Mr. Windibank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place.
Yes, brilliant. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible. Why not?
Oh!
Cringe and fail.
I never ask customers' names. It's a strict policy of mine.
Fuck.
But why not? Well now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
Yes, I see. But then, how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir, might I trouble you for the watchwords associated with the article in question? Of course, it's Professor.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that's right. and all the evidence we need. This gentleman was the rightful owner of the article, without doubt. A watchword? Interesting. So a password.
Okay, you can ask her about it at least.
So, about these watchwords, Mr. Winterbank. As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep their activities secret. Alright. That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Holmes now, was it?
Great detectives have no dark secrets. None at all.
Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. A date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for their ticket and the watchword. If that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article? That's right, sir, yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. And I have supplied you with the information you require already, but for the avoidance of doubt. The article in question is an overcoat deposited 2 months ago on 15th February. Oh, I was right. With a watchword of Professor. All perfectly correct information, sir.
What? Ow!
Really, this is beyond a joke now. There's no further room for doubt.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Guess we have to examine someone else. Oh yeah, now we have to, I think, talk to him. Yoy. Picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you?
Egg Benedict.
One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps always foreign to you. Oh, sorry, yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh yes, Japan. I have heard talk of the place. Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown-colored soup, dressed up with exotic spices. You might be thinking of somewhere else. What was that theatrical gesticulation about? Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first before inquiring after the name of another? Of course, yes, I'm Rinosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer, well, a student of law, really.
My name is Susato Mikatoba. I am Mr. Naruhodo's assistant.
I see. My name is Benedict. Yes, Egg Benedict. Enchanté.
He's probably meant to be French, I think.
Enchanté. I don't know, he seems to just be like trying to be as posh as possible.
Yeah.
You know, he's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but the name is suspicious. Now, to the matter at hand. My overcoat, return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off.
Ugh. Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't stand watching him.
Oh, that's a good reference. I get it.
I don't get it. What's the reference?
It's a reference to the song I think it's Every Breath You Take by The Police.
Oh, okay. So, let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Egg Benedict, sir. With such reasonable rates of interests, I may even decide to come back.
Wow.
This is why I hate grown-ups.
Yummy.
Just 'cause I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar.
And the contents of the coat bucket, if you please, broker. Oh, but of course, here's the disc for you. Just this one. Pardon, sir. I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another. Another disc? Oh dear. I regret to inform you that what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. And so, darling, you're hiding more than of what's rightfully mine, are you?
Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it.
Very well. And I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait a minute! That disc is mine!
Whoa.
Whoa.
What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
Good.
Oh my! Yes, there's blood on the disc.
Except all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them.
I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me old man. So you're not having it. Or you take it.
So, me?
If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again. So, you keep hold of it.
Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? It's been entered into the court record. Okay. Yoda, in the black livery. I'm not a train. Hand that disc to me at once, please.
No, don't! He's lying! Grown-ups are all liars.
Ugh, what do I do now? I'm going to resolve this. Oh. Run. I don't know. Maybe he can help. Mr. Holmes, what are you examining with such keen interest there? Does you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see? Is he sad again? So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry. After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind. Was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So, feigning mock interest, I pretend to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you surely observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, this 7% solution of caramel. Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely. Why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know. That was him. Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. Really were sad, weren't you?
Poor Mr. Holmes, I feel simply awful for you.
It would seem that my inferences are correct.
Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again?
Oh, here we go.
My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized?
Commoditized.
How much could I pawn it for? It seems Mr. Holmes has had another one of his flashes of inspiration. But who knows if it will help to resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? Yeah, let's listen to it. We don't have anything else at the moment.
Might as well.
Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament.
Where the blue places have you been, eh?
You told him to leave.
You told me to fuck off, ma'am.
When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away, not an hour later.
Harsh. And who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Egg Benedict. You have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon. The first is this. The true reason for your visit of this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation, one you will orchestrate with the intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How? He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg. Nothing changed.
It would seem that once again, Mr. Holmes has made a flawless deduction.
Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes, as I hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. Christ. He just loves to fuck with people. So,
Yeah.
shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Sherlock Holmes' theater of logic and reason.
Oh god.
Great. Oh, first of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Oh. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer.
Huh?
A piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need for such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane with which you unwittingly clutched to your person exhibit an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years! The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule. What? The end of many walking cane would be terminated with a metal throw to protect the wooden tip. Jesus. And yet, as the detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of the stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there's only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. Oh, something just ripped. You recoil, sir? Is something wrong? And you're recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer to the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle? Mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. To what?
Oh.
It's the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. What? empty tunnel underneath the pawnbrokery. Okay. Great crime. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. We must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd! You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there?
Stolen treasures.
Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say?
It's just a theory.
But there is
Theory.
but there is ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. And your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this, and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewage works, many of these shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank to the opposite side of the road. This madness has entered into sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway. It flows in close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you... In summary, sir, he devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan! This brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with the Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. A postcard of the great exhibition. I'm afraid you've lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the great exhibition will soon be underway. And the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime we have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of that bank, special reserve funds for the great exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please. Okay, just casually reveal that.
Way to go.
Christ. Oh my god. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of the pawnbroking puzzle. Mr. Holmes? What the fuck? Well, Mr. Naruhodo, an impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness, would you not agree? Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault? Indeed, though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me, in the strictest confidence.
And now you're telling us.
But you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact.
Ah. If it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There can be one explanation for that. Clearly it is because the man is a criminal.
But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? if he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret.
Oh. Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windenbank will... He already has plenty of shovels here after all. Oh, my life, I assure you, I'm not so unscrupulous. Unscrupulous? Well, hopefully this has taught you a very valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out. So think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Holmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea.
Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure.
Yes, let's listen to that great deduction again. See if we can massage it into shape. Okay. Very well then, let us start once more from the beginning. Of Sherlock Holmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular. Alright. Course correction. Okay. Alright. Choose something quite different. Staff recruitment flyer. Yeah, okay. Probably save. Just in case.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor.
Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he?
No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time?
Do you see the framed picture of the dog? Shit, go back.
Oh yeah,
I can't.
real dog.
Oh yeah, you can see it now. It's by the scales. Turn around. Turn around. Back to the desk. Yeah, next to the scales, you see the dog.
Yeah, I see the dog.
It's just like a real photo of a dog. They just put it there.
Yeah. Where's he looking?
All right. So what did bring him here? Let's see. Stylish hat.
Stylish hat. Can't really look around that much.
Yeah, the camera angle
Oh, there's
is
a
probably...
picture of a cat as well.
Oh, there is too. Cane?
Let's see. That's a proper English gentleman's cane, isn't it? With a beautifully polished brass on the handle.
Yes, but Mr. Holmes is right. It's not the sort of handle you usually see on a cane.
Perhaps it's the latest London fashion. I mean, it's just guesswork, of course.
Perhaps you could adopt a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. It might rather suit you.
I have a feeling it might argue with the sword around my waist. Let's examine this.
It certainly is a flyer for Mr. Windibank's shop.
Let's see. Windenbank wants you! Pawnbroker's assistant required. It's an eye-catching advertisement, that's for sure.
I've seen the same flyer up here inside the shop, I think. Perhaps Mr. Windibank is always in need of more staff.
So Mr. Benedict came here to apply for a job? That's just too hard to believe. Okay, nothing really here. Anything
What
else
about the hat?
I can examine? Oh yeah, the
Check
hat. That silk top hat is wider than white. Only an English gentleman could hope to carry off something so bright.
But it looks so incongruous with the black overcoat, don't you think?
Perhaps it's the latest London fashion. I mean, that's just guesswork, of course.
How about it, Mr. Naruhodo? I think you look very fetching in a white top hat.
Well, you know, I think it might look rather incongruous with my black university uniform, so... Okay.
Sad.
What brought you here and what else can I examine here? It's like a fully 3D room.
Oh, what the hell? There's a drawing on the back. Look at the back of the flyer.
Oh, okay.
Oh!
I see.
Oh! Look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here.
I don't believe it.
What is it?
Listen to what it says. Name, Gina
Listen.
Lestrade, height 5'2". Green
Oh.
cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade.
Goodness.
There's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Though if he shoved it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure.
And look, the details of the shop have been written down here too. Windibank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street. Redemption deadline 15th April.
Which is today's date. When Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of that piece of paper? Oh, okay. That's good. We are meant to examine that first.
Yeah.
Take that!
Yes, what brought you into this shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It appeared that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket Miss Lestrade and to Mr. Windibank's pawnbrokery here. Ah! Ah! You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. Not that, sir. This is a thinly veiled lie. It's the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean... Here, to Windibank's pawnbrokery, and today, the redemption deadline of that overcoat. And so, you waited outside for the young girl matching the description for you have written down to arrive? And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane by which you unavoidably clutched your person exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years! I think it's gonna be the... yeah. Contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule. Yeah, okay. What's a ferrule?
It's the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo.
Ah, the bit that makes a nice clacking sound on the pavement.
Yes, exactly, and Mr. Holmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane.
But it doesn't actually look broken, does it?
No, it doesn't, though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Holmes identified the cane as suspicious.
In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. Okay, let's see. First of all, the writing. Initialing, yeah.
They probably don't match with the names because of the mod.
Yeah. Look here, Mr. Sato. Some letters on the handle.
Ah, yes. Those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names.
So Sherlock Holmes would be SH, you mean?
That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously. Oh.
AG? Why does it feel as though that's not quite right? It's probably the initialing.
Yeah.
Take that!
The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing. A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Egg Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet in the most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. A most incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't... You said before that you'd had that cane for years. Ugh. So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, though you hold yourself to a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. Oh. You recall, sir, is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer to the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. And the handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Let's consider the bare bones of what happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat. A now mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him.
But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything he's told us is untrue.
So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Yeah, I wonder what happened. Let's see.
His
Yeah.
ass was too fat.
This is...
Oh yeah, the shoulder ripped.
Take that!
The split seam which you evidently would like to conceal is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Ah! Yes, because of the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so boldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. Ah! This catalog of untruths has been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Windibank. Ah! I don't know why I made him sound like Jolie. What really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. Alright. How is this gonna play into anything? Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. I must expose the details of this elaborate crime which you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, designed to wheeze a filch some tawdry article of pawnage. Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? God. Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place? How could I have possibly known the relevant details? Yes, pas? I guess I could try to give him a French accent, because he's done it twice now. I felt like the first time he did it was like to just sound educated, but now I think he could have like a French
That and his name
accent.
is fucking like Benedict.
Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. And your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? How do French people say what? I guess it's just what. What? Well, let's consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword relating to the odd property of another. The method is revealed by the council note on the counter which your eyes were inevitably drawn.
Action of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think.
Yes, no more talk of tunneling into the sewers. Which is a pity because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman didn't know of the watchword. Okay.
Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Windibank would never allow you to redeem the article.
Or looking at it another way, if you did know that word, Mr. Windibank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Is it in the book? It's out in the open. What's this? Council note, notelet. Look at this, Mr. Sato.
Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Windibank has scribbled to himself.
Let's see, what does it say? Or is it just all the passwords? Oh, Professor! Mr. Windibank must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him, right before their eyes. And an alarmingly clear script as well.
Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see?
I guess it's that.
Take that!
The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks a customer for the watchword and notes down the response. Added on the notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing else of a diligent pawnbroker. It's like, pawnbroker. I never
You'll
did...
be a quarter pounder with cheese.
And quarter pounder with cheese. Christ. This diligence clearly has its disadvantages. But what are you talking about? It was increasingly apparent that you were present in this shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. No likelihood you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Windibank. When the diligent broker made a note of the watchword, as is his common practice, you observed him writing the word Professor on the note beside the ledger. And that, sir, was the mastermind you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan! Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less our worthless music box disc. But naturally you had a very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Is this good?
I think it's fitting that it's like really fucking butchered.
Yeah, I have
It
never
fits
done a
him.
French accent before.
Yeah, me neither.
You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. Okay, yeah.
Thinking about the fucking post that was like... It was like me trying to spell something in French. Okay, I think that's enough vowels. The French language. You're fool, you're insolent coward.
That just sounds like...
someone replied...
That just sounds
Some
like
French person
Schwarzenegger.
replied... and some French person replied, I'm French, and please, we don't all talk like that. Ugh. And someone replied like fucking, I'm French, and please, we don't all talk like that. Ugh.
Yeah, and all the words had like AUX behind them.
Yeah.
God. Now because we're talking about the overcoat and the music box this time, so one of the pockets.
Which, according to Mr. Windibank, isn't even worth a penny.
And yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why?
I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo.
But we need to actually present something here? Could we? Really? I better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far.
Should probably save.
All the evidence
Wow,
we've
the two
collected. Okay.
Take that!
It's my armband. Oh, okay. It's the first time we got it wrong. What precisely was your intention with that, Mr. Naruhodo? It's following the natural progression of the deduction. Sometimes the truth hurts. Well, the truth is you do not have a turn for observation or deduction. Did that hurt? Yes, a lot. Okay. We need to examine before anything else. I didn't think we actually were able to go back to
yeah,
the
that's
scene.
okay.
What?
My eyes so itchy.
Examine?
Can you examine it? Yeah.
Look at all the little bumps on the discs. They're so tiny.
Yes, the protrusions are called pins, and they pluck the teeth of the comb to make notes. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood.
Yes, the blood of the mysterious Mr. Egg Benedict.
When Miss Lestrade tried to grab the disc from him, the pins scratched his fingers, it seems. Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger.
Ow. Ouch,
Yeah.
just think about it, hurts. Puts me off eating radish. There's something on the other side? Of course there is.
Oh!
Or
Oh, there's
for
a little scrap of
McGilded.
paper stuck onto the reverse side of the book, the disc, look. And a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. Or McGundle?
Okay.
Oh! I forgot.
McGundle? Could it be
McDundle.
McDonald's?
But it is Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget for as long as I live.
Okay. But why? Why is his name on this? Okay. So now we should... It's kind of silly, because when we present it, it's just the
Yeah.
text anyway, so...
Yeah.
That's funny. You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know. What's that on the back? It reads for McGundle. Ah! Got. Ah, Mr. Cosney McGundle. The unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. It's interesting because I think the 3DS version actually had the note written in English. And it was the actual name.
Yeah.
A prominent man in London, through his loan mongering, demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. And so, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate? Mr. McGundle was a man of unusually small stature, in fact. It was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you squeezed yourselves into. I don't know, that lower half would probably just be like... he would just
Dragging
look
him
like
on the
Clef
floor.
if he was wearing this.
Yeah.
This would just be scraping the floor the entire time.
Yeah.
Ugh! Your identity reveals shrouded in mystery, Mr. Egg Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today. You should try to give him the TF2 spy voice.
Yeah.
Gentlemen. Let's retrieve the article left behind by the late Cosney McGundle. That one spy death scream.
Yeah. I
In
can't do this,
reverse.
my voice. Yeah.
Christ. That's the closest French voice I could probably do reliably.
Yeah.
I think it's fitting, probably. Well, Mr. Cosney McGundle. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances.
Mr. Holmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind.
Pray tell, Miss Susato.
Well, according to what Mr. Windibank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Well, today is the 15th of April, so 2 months ago today. Would have been 15 February, sir. That's right. I'll carefully record it in my ledger. It doesn't actually matter, like, I guess if the month is full or not.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
It's just months. Deposit at 10:30 p.m. I see. What? But that suggests...
Yes, 15th February.
It's precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place.
And 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding.
Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However... Gentlemen, synchronize your death watches. Oh, okay. I must insist that you hand over the music disc, now.
Fuck?
It'll be a terrible scheme for you to return to your native land in a box.
Jesus, man.
What do I do?
Does he just shoot us if we say no?
Let's save.
Let's save in case we fucking die. Fucking bad ending, creepypasta moment.
Yeah. There are some things a man must protect at all costs. This may well be one of those things. And again, it may not. Hold it! Hold it? Oh, that's him. Oh, he gets a voice line, damn. Mr. Winterbank. Yeah. This is my shop. I cannot allow any harm to come to my customers. If that were to happen, I should have to take my own life.
My god!
Mr. Winterbank pointed at the other guy. Oh, is that Gregson, maybe? Alright, that's enough. Oh, yeah, it is. Nice.
It is. You called it.
Yeah. Inspector Gregson. He's like the gumshoe of the case, of the game.
Yeah.
Inspector? That's right, Sunshine. The line was wasted on runnable dedicated emergency lines. So we got here as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh?
Oh, what's all this then?
What's all this then? Oh, praise be, you're here at last. I was a moment away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment. It would seem you have the upper hand. Upper hand. Oh my god. Right, you lot have a lot of explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty angry baggery. Argy bargy.
Argy bargy, yeah.
Petty?
Petty? Mr. Winterbank very nearly met with his end.
Yeah, by his own gun as far as I can tell. Oh dear. And the whole Britain could have met with its end if I don't get to the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on. What? What on earth is the case, Inspector? Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. But no matter, it's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. Ah! He's getting away! Get after him, lads! Whistle on the beat officer, too! Sir! Christ. What is this?
Fucking
what is
Patrick
this
or whatever the fuck his name was isn't on patrol.
God. Sir, I'll get him! There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently. We've fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for broken so let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Purley and Morden. Oh, yes? Oh, that's me. I'll be taking that whatever this of McGondles down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over! Oh, yes, of course.
No, don't! Don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine.
Forgot she was here.
Oh, I'm sorry, miss. Anything belonging to the McGondle has to be taken away. Taken in as evidence now. As evidence? The police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow. We have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. God, so much has happened.
Yeah.
And so we had it, the McGondles discovered. Imagine this was just the whole episode, like that's episode 5 and the credits roll. And we summarily
I wish.
thrifted out of the shop and onto the street. To be continued.
We could probably like pause here.
You could what?
Pause here. And continue next week.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours, but sure.
Yeah, I guess it hasn't been too long, but at the same time, like, it is getting late here.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's just check. Yeah, okay. It's investigation part 2. Alright, well that's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Rory just wants to come out of here. So, yeah, we'll continue this next week, hopefully, and yeah, have a good night. You wanna say something?
It's not fucking weed, you piece of shit, stoner.
God. Alright, good night.
Good night.